That's that shit that had you coming through so fast.
Yeah, what up, folks?
It's that money.
It's in Memphis.
Yeah.
On Twitter at Business Square.
Stacy, what up?
That's at BIDNESSSQUARE.
My cousin Corey.
This is the Square Business Sports Show.
With no guts, no glory.
And we're going to get right into it, folks. Today we're going to talk about Memphis Grizzlies versus the New Orleans Pelicans last night. We're going to also talk about, they lost, of course. We're going to also talk about Chandler Parsons finally departing the team. Thank God. Hey, man, it's a great day. Turn up. To attain myself. Yeah. So, we'll get right into it, folks. Chandler Parsons, Monday, top of Monday, I think it was Sunday. Chandler Parsons decided, along with the Memphis Grizzlies, that it was best that they just part ways. They separate for the time being. Well, just a little backstory on what was going on. Of course, Chandler Parsons was upset with the Grizzlies about the fact that once he was cleared medically to play again, he was not activated by the team general manager, which is Chris Wallace. He was not activated onto the active roster, so he wasn't able to dress out and play with the team. But Chandler Parsons has been scrimmaging with the team recently. So the Grizzlies told Parsons, hey, go down there and play in the G League and turn up down there. Let us see what you got. Let's see where you at. Let's see you in live game action before we put you back on the court, because the team's already shaky. So Chandler Parsons said, nah, I'm good. I ain't doing that. Now, of course, when it first came out, Chandler Parsons made it sound like he wasn't really against the G League signing. He just needed to know exactly how long he was gonna be sit down there. Well, comes to find out that that wasn't necessarily the case. Come to find out, the Grizzlies, well, their side, it's three sides of the story. So their side, on the Grizzlies count, Chris Wallace is saying, hey, we did have plenty of detailed information on the situation, and we actually told Chandler Parsons that if he go down there for 2 or 3 games, that was pretty much enough, and he do his thing, and that would be enough. That would be all we would need to see, at the most 2 or 3 games. So, and I was thinking that anyway. Originally, when I first heard that they sent him, that they offered him an assignment to the G League, I was thinking to myself that, hey, I don't think they're not gonna keep you. It's common sense. They're not gonna keep you down there the whole season, goofball. They were only gonna send you down there if you got it like you say you do, like you yelling in scrimmage every time you hit a 3 in a scrimmage. You yelling, "Let me play and give me a jersey," because I'm gonna get into that in a second. But if you wilding like that in the scrimmage, why not just take it to the G League? If you really got it, what's the problem? You go to the G League. It's not like our G League, the Memphis Grizzlies G League affiliate, our G League team is the Memphis Hustle. The Memphis Hustle, meaning they still play in the Memphis metro area. The Grizzlies FedEx Forum facility is about 20-25 minutes from where our G League affiliate plays at in South Haven at the Lander Center. You ain't even leaving the city, dog. You're not even leaving the city. You're not even being inconvenienced with getting on a private jet to get sent, or going on a plane or a bus to get sent to Iowa, where our old G League affiliate used to be, the Iowa team, Iowa Energy or something like that. But anyway, you're not even going nowhere. You're in the same city, 25 minutes across the city. Going 25 minutes up the street. Pull up, walk in the gym. If you bad as you say you are, kick everybody's ass in there. You run off 1 game, 2, 3 games. You go off for 30, 35 points. They not going to keep you down there. We need offense. And the coach, JB Bickerstaff, is Parsons' boy. And Parsons is JB Bickerstaff boy. They boys. They cool. See, JB Bickerstaff, a little backstory on that. JB Bickerstaff, and you can follow me at Twitter, at Business Square on Twitter. On Instagram, you can follow me at Man on the Square. But on Twitter, you can follow me at Business Square, which is BIDNESSSQUARE. No underscore, none of that, at Business Square. But anyway, Parsons and JB Bickerstaff, our head coach, have history. The backstory on that is JB Bickerstaff was an assistant coach in Houston when Parsons rookie year, like the first 2 years of Parsons' career. JB Bickerstaff was the assistant coach in Houston. So you already have a relationship with JB. He already good with JB. That's JB boy, Parsons is. So of course he gonna play you. You didn't have nothing to worry about. You pulled the Iverson. Back in the day when Iverson signed with the Grizzlies and he only played like 6 games or 3 games or whatever it was. Same stuff happened. Iverson, similar situation. They were going to start you anyway. Holland said he was nearly about to start Iverson anyway because Conley wasn't playing that well. But Iverson just had to jump off the ropes and demand to be started now, or he wanted to lead the team. And the rest is history. Iverson never played with us again after they came out. And that's what we were looking at. Same similar situation. Chandler Parsons demanding a certain particular spot. Now, keep in mind, people say, well, the Grizzlies dropped the ball. The Grizzlies could have just let him play. Why they didn't just let him play? Let me explain something to y'all. This is the reason why the Memphis Grizzlies did not let Chandler Parsons play. Because when Chandler Parsons was playing under Fizdale, when he first came back from the injury in Fizdale's first season, Parsons came back. All right, this is the first year Parsons signed the contract with us. Of course, Parsons did not start the year with us because he was still injured. So his knees were still healing up. As we find out later, they just always going to be injured because they shot. And he sat out for like the first couple months of the season. So when Chandler Parsons came in, they finally started playing like any other player that comes back from a serious injury that causes multiple surgeries for you to sit out multiple years, which Parsons had already done before he signed the contract. That's why it was ridiculous when we fell for it and gave him $94 million. But anyway, Parsons, when he finally came to the Memphis Grizzlies from the injury, when he first signed with us, when he finally was able to make a regular season debut, like any other team, we decided to bring him along slowly so that we don't rush him into an injury again. We didn't want to throw him out there at 35 minutes a night coming off of knee surgery. That don't make sense. Of course you're going to ease a man. That's anybody. When Joel Embiid came back, Joel Embiid, as all NBA caliber as he is, he was on a minutes restriction, 30 minutes. When Derrick Rose first came back, he was on a minutes restriction. He's still like on a minutes restriction to a certain degree. That is not uncommon for them to ease you back into the game plan after you. For one, you ain't never even played with this team. Chandler Parsons was brand new to the team at the time because he had just signed with us for the $94 million for 4 years. So you have no chemistry with these boys. And you want them to so what happened was, to make the long story short, Chandler Parsons plays 2 games with the Memphis Grizzlies. We eased him in. We said, okay, we're going to play him on a 15-minute restriction. That's cool. You done came off a knee injury, brother. That ain't bad. They just the first few games, they need to ease you in. After only 2 games, and Chandler Parsons admitted, this is very notable. It must be noted. Chandler Parsons admitted that, yes, the Grizzlies have a plan for me to come back. They have a plan to incorporate me into things the right way, so I'm not exposed or thrust into action, and then I'm left looking exposed and terrible because I'm not really ready yet. So you had already pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, But you had already admitted that they had a plan in place for you, so they weren't just winging your situation. They weren't blowing you off. They already had a plan in place to ease you back in the right way. So it worked for the team as well as yourself, your body, your knees. Parsons couldn't handle that. He just couldn't keep his cool. So after 2 games, Parsons started complaining. The Grizzlies need to play me. They need to play me more. This 15-minute stuff is ridiculous. I want to play. So he was already complaining. So for those who say, I'm going to rewind, I'm going to fast forward it up to currently where we at now. For those of y'all who say Chandler Parsons we should have let the Grizzlies should have just let Chandler Parsons play. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No, we should not have allowed Chandler Parsons to play. Because guess what? Chandler Parsons has already proved when we try to ease him back into the situation like that, he's already proven in past situations he'll still complain anyway. So you damned if you do and you damned if you don't, for my lack of terminology. When you dealing with Chandler Parsons, Cancun, that's what you dealing with anyway. So I don't know why everybody jumping on the Grizzlies saying, oh, they should have just played the man. You already paying them $94 million. No, they should not. Chandler Parsons is a scrub. And the fact that he was not willing to go down there to the G League showed everything. That confirmed it. You ain't even, like Jeff Calkins said it best, you ain't even willing to bet on yourself. Why should we bet on you? You're not even willing to gamble on yourself. You're not even willing to go to the G League and kick some minor league boys' ass. You know what I'm saying? If you got it like that, common sense say you can take on the easier assignment. If you got it to where you think you should be playing with the big boys, then that means you should go down there to the little homies and tear them up sideways. What's the problem? You should have been running down there to put up 60 on them. If you got it like that, right? If you got it like that, why you ain't running down there? If they say send me to the G League, you getting paid $94 million anyway. It's not like his contract is prorated like a 2. You getting your $94 million regardless. As long as you don't go out here and kill nobody or stick up a corner store or something like that, you gonna get your money. So what's the problem? Another thing Jeff Calkins said, he said, I don't care if they tell you they paying you $94 million. You already got 2.5 years free money. You didn't do nothing. You got paid. Chandler Parsons got paid like when they averaged it out. Chandler Parsons over 3 seasons, only appeared in 73 games. Back to my point. You go down there and like Jeff Calkins said, I don't care if they tell you to go stand in the front and sell sandwiches. For $94 million, man, I sell the sandwiches with white gloves on. And I be talking about, I say whatever you want. Like, for $94 million, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, it ain't too much. A brother ain't like $94 million? Stop it. So that just baffled me, man. It just show you how entitled and spoiled this dude was. And I don't care what nobody say. You had some players that came out and spoke up for him, like Wayne Selden. Dude, you're a scrub anyway. Nobody care nothing about what you talking about. You was getting free checks too. That's why birds of a feather flock together. That's why you like them. Because you injury prone, just like Parsons, and you was getting free checks. So whoop-de-doo. And then when Wayne Selden had a chance to play, he didn't even capitalize. Wayne Selden got all that athleticism, got skill, ball handling, body. This man 6'6", 230, built, and you shooting threes. Even when you ain't making them, you still attempting to shoot threes instead of attacking the basket. You blew your opportunity anyway. So good luck in China, Wayne Selden. Anyway, like I was saying, Chandler Parsons, like Jeff Calkins said, man, I don't care if they trying to tell you to go stand out in front with a sign selling sandwiches for $94 million, man, do it. What's the problem? I'm getting my check anyway. My check still cash the same, like Andrew Bynum said. My check still cash the same way. So regardless. So, that was a problem to me. He's entitled. He was a cancer. He was an unnecessary problem we were going to have in the locker room. Folks say, well, play him anyway. No, because Parsons has already proven to us that he will complain even if we do play him. When you play him, he ain't worth it, and he still want to play starter minutes. That's crazy. It was a catch-22 for Chris Wallace. I commend Chris Wallace. Man, hats off to you, brother. Salute you for real, because you made a strong-minded, big picture decision, Chris Wallace, and I commend you for that. You said, look, I'm not going to play this dude. Then to get to the point of y'all, I'm going to tell y'all what happened. So recently, Chandler Parsons got cleared to play on like December 21st, December the 20th or something like that. So, they letting him ease him in. I don't know how many knee surgeries and knee situations, so why not ease you? It's common sense. You're fragile as a frog with a glass ass. You know what I'm saying? It was just, so anyway, they ease him in, so they let him scrimmage with the team. Stuff that they didn't even let Joakim Noah do in New York. When they wanted him gone, they just told him don't come back. They let you scrimmage with the team. Folks bashed the Memphis Grizzlies. They protected Chandler Parsons. When everybody else was ridiculing Chandler Parsons, the Grizzlies protected him. They didn't go out. Do you know how many teams, when a player gets hurt, they'll start leaking certain information to the media. They'll start manipulating the media and the public to give a bad narrative about that player so that they can force that player into buying out at a cheaper rate. That's what they do. That's what teams do. Hell, to be honest with you, if I was a GM, I would consider doing it. The Grizzlies opted not to do that with Chandler Parsons. They stay loyal to him. Every year going into training camp for 3 years straight, all they said about Chandler Parsons was this was the year he was going to redeem himself. This the year he going to prove he worth it when he healthy. This the year that he was just going to come in and take us to the next level and get us over the hump and address our scoring and shooting issues. Then when he come in, he fall apart. The team still protect him. They still don't really tell what's going on with his medical report. A lot of teams would have leaked your medical report out. The real truth about your knees, Chandler Parsons. A lot of teams would have done that, brother. So while you sitting there dogging the Grizzlies, oh man, the Grizzlies left me hanging. I'm disappointed in them. You and your sorry agent. Man, to hell with you. You robbed our city for $94 million, brother. Ain't nobody studying your feelings. We glad you gone. Then he gave a little 25. Some folks say, well, he's a good guy. He's involved in the community and whoopty. Well, man, Chandler Parsons ain't involved in our community. Chandler Parsons don't even be seen in Memphis. There's only been a couple times where he got caught eating at a restaurant or something here. Chandler Parsons ain't in our community like that. He ain't with this like that. Stop it. I'm in this community and my people in this community. Don't nobody see Chandler Parsons pulling up. None of that. He ain't paying no light bills. He ain't building no basketball goal parks in the community. He ain't going to these houses on Christmas and Thanksgiving and bringing dinners to these folks' homes personally. Chandler Parsons ain't doing that. The Zach Randolphs have done it. The Mark Gasols have done it. Chandler Parsons ain't building no efficient, smaller homes in the community. And Chandler Parsons, no, man, you robbed. I'm going to say something about that, and I'm going to leave it at all this on Chandler Parsons. I'm going to get to the next subject, but I'm going to say this. Man, you robbed this city of $94 million. You robbed that organization. The least you could have did was took a chunk of that money that you did not earn. I heard Chandler Parsons once say, I earned this. Who you earned it from? Because you damn sure didn't earn $94 million from the Memphis Grizzlies. You didn't earn that. You finessed it. You took advantage of Mike Conley, and that was the truth. A lot of people blaming Chris Wallace for the Chandler Parsons debacle. Stop blaming Chris Wallace. Chris Wallace ain't the problem. Mike Conley is the problem. Mike Conley is the one y'all need to be blaming for that. Mike Conley is the one who was a free agent this summer. Mike Conley is the one who leveraged his free agency to make sure that the Memphis Grizzlies go out and sign a max free agent. Mike Conley was the one who did that. Mike Conley was the one, coincidentally, after he had already publicly campaigned and lobbied the Memphis Grizzlies to sign a max free agent in order for him to feel comfortable re-signing that 5-year, $153 million deal that Mike Conley got from us. In order for Mike Conley to sign that contract, or at least he played that angle, because he was going to sign it anyway, because nobody else going to give you $153 million, Mike Conley, with your slick, overrated ass. Anyway, and ain't nobody, when he did that, he put the Grizzlies in a crunch position because he was already the one coincidentally recruiting Chandler Parsons. When he said, I want a max level free agent, I want a max money free agent, and I'm already recruiting the guy who fits the criteria, he already pointed the gun at the Memphis Grizzlies. They had to make the move, or they were going to lose Mike Conley. They had to. So Mike Conley leveraged his free agency in order for the Grizzlies to sign Chandler Parsons. That was not a Chris Wallace move. Chris Wallace didn't study Chandler Parsons and go to them and lobby and say, we need to go get Chandler Parsons. That's my guy. That's who I want. That is not what happened. Chris Wallace was not the one. Chris Wallace merely drew the paperwork up, if he did that much. Chris Wallace didn't have nothing to do with that move. All thing he probably did was hosting his dinner. Probably went to the dinner with him to meet at him for dinner, how they usually do before they sign. That was probably Chandler. You know, Chris Wallace probably had to do that much, play the hostess, wine and dine him. But he wasn't the one who made the decision to go after him, and he wasn't the one who made the decision that this was the guy we need. That was Mike Conley Jr. That's who the Memphis fan base need to be going after. And I'm going to say this. On that recap on the Grizzlies, last night I had a few people on Twitter that was getting at me, and they were saying, because I made the comment, I said, look, as I'm watching the game, by halftime, I already knew, and we were still up at that point, that we were going to lose that game. I felt it in the first quarter, and we were only down 2 points. I said, it's something about this game, we finna lose this game too. I said it, first quarter, and we were only down 2 points, and we were up at halftime, and I knew we was going to lose. And at halftime, I made the comment. I said, by halftime, Mike Conley had 2 points and 9 assists. Whoop-de-doo. Yes, he had a lot of assists. That was great. But whoop-de-doo. Not like he just broke records because he had 9 assists at halftime. Anyway, so at halftime, I made the comment. I just told my truth. I said, look, yeah, my tweet, I said on Twitter, I said, yeah, I would take Drew Holiday over Mike Conley for All-Star. Absolutely. So, of course, you got some Grind City fans who, turned their nose up at it. Some called me negative and said I was just, hating on Conley and whoop-de-woo. I'm harsh on him. Facts is, Drew Holiday is having a better statistical season than Mike Conley. Drew Holiday averages more points this season than Mike Conley. Drew Holiday averages more assists this season than Mike Conley. Drew Holiday averages more rebounds this season than Mike Conley. Drew Holiday's career averages are higher than Mike Conley. Drew Holiday's career points per game is higher. Assists, rebounds. Only thing Mike Conley did is Mike Conley is a slight better three-point shooter this year. Mike Conley is a 35% three-point shooter this year, and Drew Holiday is a 33% three-point shooter this year. Virtually the same. And then career-wise, I think Drew Holiday is at like 36%, 35.7% for his career, and Mike Conley is at like 37, 38% for his career. So it's like a 2 or 3 point difference in career three-point percentage. Mike Conley is nowhere near, but though Drew Holiday has an overall higher field goal percentage than Mike Conley. You understand? So bottom line, and on top of that, here go the cherry on top. Folks can say what they want to say. It's fact. It was the Eastern Conference, whoopty, whatever. It's still fact that Drew Holiday is an all-star, a former all-star. Mike Conley has never made the all-star team. That's facts. That's fact. And guess what? To be honest with you, Drew Holiday is likely going to make the All-Star Conference, the All-Star team in the West before Mike Conley does. And one more thing. Going into last night, the Grizzlies were 18-21. The New Orleans Pelicans were 18-22. But Drew Holiday plus minus rating for the season is 4.0. Almost double that of Mike Conley's plus minus rating, which is only 2.7. Despite going into that game, Mike Conley's team having a better record than Drew Holiday's New Orleans Pelicans. That said everything. Drew Holiday's plus minus rating is almost double that of Mike Conley, despite Mike Conley playing on a team with a better record going into last night's game. Now, if that don't tell you something, I don't know what does. And on top of that, Drew Holiday, Mike Conley is good at steals. He's good at passing, playing the passing lane. But Mike Conley is nowhere near the defensive guy that Drew Holiday is. He is nowhere near the defender that Drew Holiday is. That's just not happening. That's just, I can't sit with that because it's a lie. On top of that, Mike Conley's never had a 40-point game. Drew Holiday has had several. So you ain't never even been as good as Drew Holiday in one game, not on one night, not even a one-night stand. You ain't even matching Drew Holiday in accomplishments. And that's just facts. Those are facts, according to NBA.com and Basketball Reference. Last night's game, Drew Holiday didn't do a whole lot. He had like 13, 6, and 3. But they won the game. They won the game, folks. Now, a big part of the reason why they won that game is because Marc Gasol, to a lot of people in Memphis, looked like he quit. I don't quite think Marc Gasol quit. I really understand Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol is a perfectionist basketball-wise. Yes, he's moody. Yes, he turns it off and turns it on at times. Yes, he makes you want to punch him in the face because he doesn't take shots enough. Nowhere near what he needs to. It makes me mad. What makes me mad about Marc Gasol, because Marc Gasol is one of my favorite all-time players. I know y'all know this by now. But what bothers me about Gasol so much is that Marc Gasol just doesn't truly understand just how important it is for him to score every night. Mark, if we lose, I feel like this. If I own the Memphis Grizzlies, every game that we lost, that Marc Gasol didn't take at least 20 to 25 shots in, he gets fined for the loss. That's what I would do. If you don't take at least 20 to 25 shots a game and we lose, Marc Gasol, your ass need to be fined. And that's just straight up square business. Ain't no reason for us to be losing to no shot-riddled New Orleans Pelicans team. That team is shotgun. After Rajon Rondo left, that team is shotgun. That team got cleaned out. It's Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, and them. Ain't nobody else on that team doing nothing. So please help me understand how we lose to them again, already coming off of a losing streak. We can't even clean the losing streak up. So for you fans saying Mike Conley is an all-star, man, y'all out of y'all damn mind at this point. You out of your damn mind if you think Mike Conley is an all-star. You ain't no all-star. All-stars are win a game by themselves if they got to. Screw everybody on the team that ain't playing. Give me the ball and get out the way. I'll score 60 if I got to get this dub. But we ain't finna lose 22 of the last 25 games. We ain't doing it. Give me the ball and get out the way like Kobe said. Give me the ball and get the F out the way. That's a superstar. That's an all-star. That's Steph Curry. That's Russell Westbrook. That's Dame Lillard. They putting up 50 or 60 if they got to get that dub. Mike Conley, you ain't doing that. So you ain't no damn all-star. So stop fronting. I don't want to hear nobody in Memphis talking about Mike Conley being no all-star again. And you go out there and get your ass kicked in Detroit and go scoreless in Detroit versus Reggie freaking Jackson. You ain't no all-star. Stop it. If anything, your ass overpaid. That's just the truth. Anybody got smoke with what I'm saying, you can catch me at Twitter at Business Square. Go out there and get our tails kicked to the Pelicans. Then get beat by the Pistons the game before that. Mike Conley goes scoreless in a loss. Man, you need your ass whooped. I couldn't believe that they folks talking about you an all-star. Folks want to talk about Marc Gasol. All this Marc Gasol beef. Why y'all ain't beefing with Conley? When he just went zero and he got the ball in his hand every possession. How you go scoreless and you got the ball in your hand every possession in a loss and you talking about you all-star? How you an all-star? You can't even score a bucket, fool. Man, y'all better get it together. I'm trying not to curse. That boy ain't no all-star. He all-star caliber at his peak, but he ain't no snub. It's the difference between all-star caliber and a snub. All-star caliber just means you got the resume that could potentially qualify you to be in the all-star conversation. That's all-star caliber. All-star scrub. All-star snub. Excuse me. All-star snub is one who should have been on the all-star team ahead of somebody else that made it. And they didn't get that spot. That's an all-star snub. You ain't no damn snub. Because anybody in their right mind ain't finna take Mike Conley over Steph Curry. You ain't finna take Mike Conley over James Harden. You ain't finna take Mike Conley over Klay Thompson. You ain't finna take Mike Conley over Russell Westbrook. You ain't finna take Mike Conley over Damian Lillard. I'm sorry. And guess what? Every last one of the players mentioned are younger than Conley. So you can kill that noise. You go out there and Marc Gasol finish the game at 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Mark, you gotta score more. What is wrong with you, man? Man, you need to smoke. You need to start. They need to start letting Mark down. If you smoking weed, you need to stop. And if you ain't smoking the blunt, you need to hit the blunt, Marc Gasol. Because I don't know what's up with your temperament, man, but you got to balance yourself out. But at the same time, I understand Mark, because Mark playing really around a bunch of scrub-ass guards. Again, we done built this team around Conley being the feature of the offense as if he was a real superstar. That's the biggest problem with this team. The biggest problem with the Memphis Grizzlies is the fact we built this team based off of too many expectations from Mike Conley. Basically, we built this team around Mike Conley as if Mike Conley was a James Harden, as if Mike Conley is on the level of Steph Curry, as if Mike Conley is on the level of Russell Westbrook, as if Mike Conley is on the level of Damian Lillard, as if Mike Conley is on the level of Klay Thompson. Mike Conley is not. And that's the reason why this team is struggling more than anything, because we built this team around a guy based on a theory of him being something that he is not quite up to standards to. Mike Conley ain't no superstar. And that's the problem. We built this team around him as if he was. When I got guys like Garrett Temple, Wayne Selden, when I got guys like that who are just not scorers. They're not real shot creators. Kyle Anderson, as much as I love Kyle Anderson, Kyle Anderson just had a triple-double couple of nights. I love Kyle Anderson. So I ain't got nothing bad to say about Kyle. I've always liked Kyle's game. I watched Kyle Anderson. I was a fan of Kyle Anderson when Kyle Anderson was at UCLA. I wanted us to draft. I was heartbroken when we drafted Jordan Adams' scrub self over Kyle Anderson. So I'm a fan of Kyle Anderson. I like him. But Kyle Anderson ain't no scorer. Kyle Anderson ain't no shot creator. Not for himself. Now, he can create shots for others. He can be a shot creator for himself, but he doesn't show the confidence to do it consistently. And he's growing at that. but he's not already there yet. But I do see the potential for Kai Anderson to become a much better scorer. At least get to a Nick Batum level, 12, 13 points a game. So you built this team with Garrett Temples, Jams, solid guys. These are glue guys that'll do pretty much everything on the court except score a lot of buckets in high volume. They're not high volume scorers, nor are they even have the potential or the capability to do so. So you built this team as if every night you can bank on Mike Conley and Marc Gasol going off for 25 to 45 points a game. And that's not happening right now. Truth is, this team was just not going to hold up without a strong third man, a la Tyreke Evans, who I think they need to be trying to call Indiana about right now on a trade, because Tyreke Evans ain't having the best season in Indiana right now. And there is an opportunity for him to come here and help turn this around. And I know I heard rumblings that Tyreke Evans was not the best presence in the locker room last year, but he kind of caused some friction in a very subtle way. I don't know if that's true or not. That could have just been, leaked BS that got leaked out for whatever agenda. So I'm not going to put that on Tyreke, because what I've seen of Tyreke and anybody else I've known that has been around Tyreke has always considered him a class act. So I'm not going to do that. But all I know is we just lost to the Pelicans, and now the Grizzlies are looking at a situation where they got to fight. The Grizzlies, this is the problem. A lot of people say, well, why don't we just tank? Well, the problem is we're in a weird draft. This draft has only really got solid, pretty much close to guaranteed products in the top 5. Outside of the top 5, this draft drops off significantly. The 2019 draft drops off significantly after the top 5 picks. So, with that being said, you either want to go, and our pick belongs to the Boston Celtics. Our 2019 first round pick, we traded that for the rights to Deontay Davis and Rade Zachary, as I've already discussed with y'all. That didn't work out. Neither one of those guys are in the league no more. And the issue now is we got to still owe that pick to Boston. And that pick look juicy right now. Because if it don't be a pick this year in the top 7 or 8, next year is going to be top 5 protected. Then after that is unprotected. Them the years James Wiseman, and then after that, Jalen Green coming out. It's the James Wiseman draft this year, or next year. I'm sorry, not this year, next year. And then after that, it's the Jalen Green draft. You want to have your picks in that draft, especially if you ain't a good team or your team is suspect. So that's where we are right now. We got a game coming up tomorrow. I don't even know if we're gonna win. I think we are though. I thought we was gonna win last night game. I just knew we were gonna win. I was shocked until I saw the first quarter. That's when I knew this team wasn't going nowhere. I was like, hey man, we ain't going nowhere with this squad. It ain't no way. So that's where we at, folks. You've been in tune with the sports of Square Business Sports segment. I am your host, Ed Memphis. You can catch me on Twitter at Business Square at BIDNESSSQUARE. You can follow me on Instagram at ManOnDSquare. And that's a wrap, folks. I'll let you do.